In our preliminary task, we broke the 180-degree rule as we found that it was hard to make work when editing. Therefore, while I was filming the young girl in the woods, I made sure that I paid attention to the 180-degree rule and made sure that the girl was stood on the right side of the camera in each of the different shots.
While I was filming the paedophile scene, I made sure that I applied the 30-degree rule so that we did not create any jump cuts. Although they can be seen in thriller films as quite jagged and uncomfortable, they can also look unprofessional and comical. This is what we wanted to avoid, as our opening scene was quite slow-paced and smooth.
We learned that we needed to think about each shot before we filmed so that it can be edited smoothly together. This can be seen within our opening title sequence where the male character opens the briefcase and it merges with the young girl flicking her hair.
We learnt this because we didn't plan our shots well in the preliminary task, and therefore we left with limited shots and footage, which was then limited the quality of our editing, although we were lucky to find continuity within our preliminary task. This wasn't a risk we wanted to take while filming our opening title sequence, so we took a lot more shots to enable that we had more footage.
Within our preliminary task, we found that diegetic sound can be quite hard to capture clearly with the types of facilities and locations we had access to. We learnt this from the way which our diegetic dialogue changed volume in our preliminary task, and we also picked up unwanted noises from the people in the background when we were filming.
We decided to add no dialogue in our opening title sequence. This was because we wanted to keep the identities hidden, and we also preferred the non-diegetic sounds such as music within the opening sequence instead of dialogue. We also found that the use of Foley creates sound which we wanted the audience to hear but did not want to capture during the actual filming.
Overall, we learnt a lot during our preliminary task. It gave us an outline of what produces clear footage and audio. I think that the progression of our preliminary task to our full product guided us with a lot of do's and don'ts within the filming, which saved us a lot of time in the long run and gave us a clear idea of what we liked and disliked about our preliminary task.
I agree, as I find our preliminary task was a wake-up call to give us an understanding of how long our film would take, preparing us for what we were expecting to do in our opening title sequence.